Please, Mr. 4-star General, please, you can't do this to me, okay? Everything I said was just a joke. I know you're real. You're really real. Really, really, really real. Okay? I'll tell you what is real, what is really, really real. It's you. And the ring is so expensive that you bought your lover. It's not a cheap ass Temu ring. I believe you. And the Walmart cakes, they're so romantic. Please, I have a family to get to. Don't press the button, please. Don't press. You have to save me. You have to. This episode is as shocking as me right now. Shocked. No, don't press it again.
This woman is seeking the truth about the man she met online and plans to marry.
Ooh. He was good looking, but I guess the biggest thing that attracted to me was his uniform.
He's asked her to marry him?
I got this white envelope, and in it was a ring.
He sent gifts?
For my birthday, he sent me 2 little cakes from Walmart.
Ooh.
I was really excited.
Hold on there. Are you telling me these 2 cakes are gonna get Paul some cake? They look artificial as hell. They look kind of fake and AI generated. You could argue, no, it's not, but look how weird they look. Where's that from? From Walmart or something? Do better, Walmart. Do better. That ring, probably from Temu, let's be honest, or some kind of cheap ass Amazon seller who's probably plucked the ring from their ass. But nice to know that's all it takes to get married. And a uniform. 4-star General. I don't know how many of them exist nowadays, but it's good to see Mr. 4-Jar. Mr. 4-Jar? What's he got jars of? Jar Jar Binks. It's good to see Mr. 4-star General back at it again, because I feel like we've seen him many times now. He just cheats on everyone, apparently.
I was really excited over it, and he was saying, I really love you. And
Interesting.
He also claims he'll do whatever it takes to buy Robin her $2 million dream home.
I fell in love with this one house online, and
Paul convinced Robin they could afford this house if she'd start investing into this real estate company.
a couple of weeks after that he started talking to me about this investment, told me who it was, and I looked up on the internet and read about the company. And
because I'll have to be honest with you, it looks like a very legit put together website. It's probably one of the best I've seen.
Okay, that might be well and good, Brie, but can we just look at the stupid logo there at the top? What does that say? Enyad Properties? Why is the logo like that? It looks like someone tried to make it in the shape of like the earth, but then just gave up. And I think I see like Elvis silhouette in there.
Are you high or just incredibly stupid?
I mean, all right, if that's really what we're gonna go with.
It's probably one of the best I've seen.
I was only having to pay half, and Paul was putting in the other half.
Are you sure this is the guy you're talking to? And she was like, oh, yeah, no, it's him,
Who
it's
are
him,
you?
I know it's him.
Is Robin's fairy tale real, or is she being lured into a scam?
Yes. Spoilers.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Go do
Your
that.
Engagement with our videos help us reach new audiences and can potentially stop other people from being scammed.
Oh, you already are?
Okay, David, we have another case. Samantha reached out on behalf of her friend. I'll read the email. Dear Catfish team, I'm
Completely irrelevant, but Brie's hair is caught on her earring there. Is that a metaphor for the victim being caught up with the scam? It gets better as time goes on, I promise.
Really?
Dear Catfish team, I'm desperate to help my friend Robin, who has been
Oh,
single
it's
for
her
17
friend.
years and thinks she is talking to a 4-star general who claims to be overseas. He has strung her along for a year and a half, won't video chat, and has convinced her to put down a large sum of money to buy a house in another state. She could sign escrow papers any day, and I urgently need advice before she gives him all her money. Sincerely, Samantha.
Hi, Catfish team. My name is Robin. and I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
I like her glasses.
I worked in the school system for about 17 years in the special ed department. I've been married one time to the children's father for 26 and a half years. It just wasn't going right. I just couldn't stay in that relationship, so I finally got out.
Okay.
And I've been single for almost 16 years. I've seen a couple of people, couple guys over the time, but nothing really serious.
After
Okay.
her divorce, Robin went on a few dates in person, but nothing developed into anything serious. Later, she created a TikTok account to keep herself busy,
Okay.
which led her to meet new people and even join a crafting group. But
You know, it fascinates me that people actually meet people off of TikTok, because I never met anyone, and obviously my experiences are different to everyone else's. Everyone else's is different to me, you, etc. But I just don't really think of TikTok as a place to meet people. But hey, good on you, I guess. But there's nothing wrong with being single for that length of time, even if you do feel like you want to be in a relationship. You gotta wait for that right person. So I'm glad she's done that, but the right person isn't a 4-star general who I presume you're going to meet off of TikTok. I don't know what the 4-star general is watching on TikTok, but he probably should get off of TikTok and go do war-related things, no? Also, completely unrelated, but I really love the guitar in the background during that little segment there. Anyone know the name of that song? I want it.
a few weeks after opening her TikTok account, she was messaged by a man who caught her eye.
Well, I was on TikTok. He IM'd me.
He
I
what?
didn't even know you could get IMs on there.
What's an
I said
IM?
hi to him. We started talking, and he said that I had a beautiful smile. Just couldn't resist saying hi to me or something like that.
Goodness
He
me.
had
Hold on a second. I don't know why this just looks like it's come from like the early 2000s for a PlayStation 2 advert or something. I don't know what that is, but go off, Mr. Paul. I just love your smile. I couldn't resist when I saw that pretty face. What couldn't you resist? I don't think you finished that sentence, mate. What couldn't you resist, you dirty individual, huh? What are you doing behind that screen? Are you ticking-tocking yourself? I just want to emphasize that this message isn't really a romantic icebreaker. It's a bit creepy. I couldn't resist when I saw that pretty face. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, and other people will see it in a romantic way. But when you say you couldn't resist, what are you saying here? Like, it's online. Just, what do you... Like, that makes me believe that you're messaging everyone that you just find pretty. Do you know what I mean? And it kind of takes away the romanticism about it all, because I'm just like a piece of meat hanging in your face. But that's just my opinion anyway.
He had short, sandy-colored hair.
Sandy?
I think he had brown eyes. He was good-looking, but I guess
Oh, it's-
maybe probably the biggest thing that attracted to me was his uniform. I'm kind of a sucker for military people because my dad was in the Army for 23 years as a chaplain.
Right.
He asked me, where I was from.
Can I, maybe, again, I might be reaching here, but that's I feel like she phrased it wrong, perhaps. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Your dad was in the army, so you find other army people attractive? Sure, that kind of makes sense. Maybe.
And I just told him Texas. I didn't say anything else. And that he's from Massachusetts.
Boston.
Robin initially opened up an account on TikTok to join a crafting group.
Right.
Meeting a handsome man like Paul was never her intentions on the app.
I love to do diamond art, and I love to
Ooh.
sew, and right now I'm making a quilt. I do jelly roll rugs and placemats.
Robin met her friend Samantha and Samantha's husband through the crafting group on TikTok.
That's cool.
They bonded over their shared love of crafting. Samantha is also the one who emailed us about Robin's struggles with Paul.
Hi, Catfish team. My name is Samantha. My husband and I, we design and make handbags of all kinds, backpacks, handbags, all kinds of things, anything bag related.
That's cool.
I met her online in a sewing group that I joined.
We just kind of got into this group, and Robin happened to be part of this group.
Can I just point out that I love the fact that she's got two of her creations in the background of this? Hey, if you're gonna be on YouTube, right, get your bloody work in the background. Fair play.
So we just all became really good friends.
Samantha and Robin often went live together on TikTok to share crafting techniques, but over time, Samantha began to notice changes in Robin, especially when it came to their scheduled meetups.
How I started kind of seeing something going on is every single night at a certain time, she always would say, I gotta go talk to, she called him her intended.
All day long, I would wait for
Interesting.
9 o'clock to come around so that I could talk to him. He went to church on Sundays, and I like that because I'm a church goer. I was glad that, he was a church going person also, more or less fell for him and would tell him that I loved him.
More or less. That's such funny phrasing to me. I more or less fell in love with him. I guess. More or less. What is the more and what is the less in this scenario?
And then I asked what his name was. His name is Paul La Camara. When I heard the name, I was like, looked it up, and I'm like, that name sounds super familiar. Not famous, but he's well-known general.
He didn't even change the name.
He's married. She goes, oh yeah, no, he told me he's getting divorced.
Shock horror. The scammer literally didn't use any other different story than what we normally see. They didn't even change the name. Like, that's just freaking ridiculous, huh? I'm keeping the same name and everything. They're so lazy. But if it's worked before, then why change your ways?
Are you sure this is the guy you're talking to? And she was like, oh, yeah, no, it's him, I know it's him.
Stop it, Robin.
Samantha and her husband immediately grew suspicious of Paul, but they had no idea how quickly Robin's relationship with him would become serious.
For my birthday, he sent me 2 cakes, 2 little cakes from Walmart. Wished
Wow.
me happy birthday, and I was really excited over it. And he was saying, I really love you. And he said, Robin, will you marry me?
Oh, as you do, over the interwebs.
I was telling my friends from church and my kids that, I was getting married, and I got this white envelope, and in it was a ring. I took a picture of it on my hand, and he goes, you got my ring? And I said, yes. And so he was all...
What a stupid question that is. Like, sorry I'm being extra petty here, yeah, but I'm in one of those moods. She sent you a picture of her wearing the ring, and you're saying, did you get the ring? Are you dumb or something? What kind of stupid question is this, man? No, she bought herself the ring, which actually wouldn't even surprise me. I think there's been a victim who's bought their own ring before. But it's just, hurting my head, all of this. So rich a 4-star general probably is, yeah? Have 2 cakes from Walmart and a bloody Temu ring. Now, I'm not saying if you buy cakes from Walmart, immediately you're some kind of cheapskate or something. But at the very least, you expect a 4-star general to be shit in the moolah, right? Come and see me, bro. Forget the cake. I'll give you cake when you get here, Mr. Big Boy Muscle.
You naughty. And he said that he was going to retire and come here beginning of September to do our wedding.
Up until this point, Robin and Paul were fully committed to each other. Once Paul was able to get back to the US, the two would have their wedding and seal the deal.
Do you know also what's fascinating to me? Is that she was in a long-term relationship, obviously, before. I understand she was seemingly, as they say, out of the dating game for a long time. But it didn't change. You don't get married online. And you don't get married and know someone is perfect for you solely based off online antics. So maybe it screams of desperation to me. Sort of, hey, this good-looking guy with a well-respected job and all that, came and found me, so I'm just gonna pounce at this opportunity, no matter how ridiculous it seems, because maybe I've waited too long to find someone. And I urge everyone, don't think of it that way. You haven't waited long to find someone. You've waited long so that the right person can find you, or you find them. Just don't fall for any Tom, Dick, and Harry, alright? Don't drop your panties at the nick of a dime.
What did that just mean?
What? Nick of a dime? I don't know where I was going with that. I was supposed to say tip of a hat, but then I just said nick of a dime. Let's make that. Should we coin it since we're talking about dimes? Oh, I told you, it gets better.
They waited. Paul thought it would be a good idea for the two to start saving up for a house.
As you do.
She started talking more about how they're engaged and they're going to buy a house.
Sorry, I'm no expert in rings, alright? I don't wear any jewelry. I don't think the ring fits you, darling. Alright? I don't think the ring is good for you here. It looks like your finger is going to be cut off from circulation. Please.
House.
We were trying to buy this house in Massachusetts. I fell in love with this one house, and we looked online, and so the house that we were going to buy was $2,300,000 and some odd dollars.
$2 million's
After
crazy,
Robin
by the
picked
way.
out her dream home, Paul promised he had planned to make the $2 million purchase a reality.
Right.
A couple of weeks after that he started talking to me about this investment. Told me who it was, and I looked up on the internet and read about the company.
Okay, well, I don't think you read up anything, to be honest, but since I am in this petty mood, right, it's interesting that her dream house magically just happened to be $2 million. Like, what's happened there? All right, that's a bit of a crazy jump of a dream house. Now I understand. I think we would all like to live somewhere nice, but the monetary value there is crazy. Like, nice can simply be like a small cottage. Why was that so hard to say? Just somewhere small, vibey, homely, warm, It's just interesting she chose a $2 million home. Maybe, again, I'm reading too much into it, but again, I'm in a petty mood.
He was going to put in $1,000 to start up the investment. I was like, okay, I got $1,000 and I sent that through Cash App. I was only having to pay half and Paul was putting in the other half.
I don't get it. Listen, I also understand wanting to do things together as a relationship partner person, right? But I don't think someone who does have the capacity to buy a $2 million home, I don't see the need why they would make you invest as well. Like, I just don't understand the logic behind that. Because if you're trying to put your best foot forward in a new relationship, you're not going to force the other person to start doing up investment. You're stood there like that with your black turtleneck. You must do this and we'll be extremely rich. Don't do it, everyone, alright? As soon as any sort of money gets involved in this bullshit, run away, alright? Like, I don't mean to sound stereotypically macho and all that, but I don't know how many men in real life, realistically, are going to ask for money from their partner, especially early on. I'm just, consider that, please.
Told her, we're going to both put the amount of money. I have this much money. Here's how much money I have in my account. He goes, okay, now we'll just start investing together. You put this in, I'll put that in. So that's what she's been doing since January, is putting $1,000, $2,000, $3,000.
January's insane.
I did Cash App until Cash App canceled my account. They were afraid that, it was fraudulent.
Red flag?
I opened up another account.
Okay.
I was able to send one time through them, and then they canceled that one.
Okay, I was gonna pause and say, maybe you should have learnt your lesson after the first time. But if you've been blocked twice, maybe consider that as a hint. I'm just saying.
Paul, too, looked and said, well, there's a Bitcoin
Nothing fishy about that.
At CVS.
Don't go to where finances usually are professionally sorted and all that. Go to the pharmacy, which, by the way, Americans, your pharmacies creep me out, because why are there sweets and chocolates being sold in a pharmacy? What's going on there? Someone explain that to me. But it is sad to see that Robin, she got the name of a bird, And she's well and truly flying in the clouds here. She's paying attention to nothing. Every single red flag. I don't care. I'm in love. Quotations, anyway. The level of greed here is quite concerning. In a lot of stories, I do mention that there often is an element, at the very least, of greed. And I see it here, right? You know, the 4-star general approaches you. You know, there's a level of greed there. Because, you know, realistically, I would class a 4-star general as not being a regular, degular, schmegular civilian. That might just be me, but I'm not saying they're celebrity status, but kind of, in a way, right? At least in America, you'd be kind of like not a famous celebrity, but you're well known, right? It makes you a cut above us regular, degular, schmegulars. But also, the money aspect in terms of the house, the greed, right? Oh, I picked out this $2 million home. It's my dream home. How long has it been your dream home? Just, a few hours, has it? There's a level of greed here that we can't just turn our noses up at.
So then I had to drive to my bank and get the cash out
What?
and then take it there. I texted him. I said, well, I sent it. I was using that to send the money.
Robin was willing to do anything to buy this house.
Yeah,
After being blocked from multiple
yeah.
banks and Cash App, the investment had eventually grown to just over $2 million.
I think it's interesting, the choice of words there. She would do anything for this house. Doesn't that sound like you're just in it for the wrong reasons?
It was almost time for her and Paul to cash out everything and purchase this home. But even more problems popped up when the realtor reached out to Robin.
And then she was like, well, now we've got to send the first amount to, for the down payment or whatever. I did what they said. She goes, you didn't pay the fee? And that was $3,000. And I said, no, nobody told me about that. And I said, well, why can't you use the money that's already in the checking account? And she says, because that money has already been cleaned. I said, so you're going to hold my money hostage? She goes, I didn't say that. And I said, well, give me my money. And she says, not until you pay that $3,000. And I said, well,
fees with an apostrophe S. The fees are in possession of something, apparently. You? No, that was bad. Obviously, this sounds fishy AF. I'd be shitting bricks in this moment, right? If genuinely I was dealing with a realtor and they held my money hostage. I don't know where I'd go. I'm calling the police or something. So it's sad that Robin seemingly has just carried on with this. And I say seemingly, she's obviously carried on with this. But where the hell is Paul in this instance? Come and sort out the realtor, bro. You got plenty of time to deal with investments beforehand. But now, actually, when the home is being purchased, you're nowhere to be seen. Bloody what? Now you're doing war-related things, are you? Now you've realized you've got an important job.
That to me, that sounds like you're holding it for hostage.
Yeah.
Then she texts me one last time that the checking account has been compromised again.
So she does have real estate paperwork. She sent me a copy of it because I said, let me see it because I've been in that world. Let me look at it.
They want me to sign it.
Now they've had him sign it supposedly and just sent her a paperwork in the mail. She got it on Saturday. It was delivered by a courier. The envelope is actually from China.
The realtor was putting a lot of pressure on Robin about sending the funds to open the account.
Free exclamation.
This is when Samantha initially reached out to our team to investigate Paul, the investment, and this house they were planning to buy.
I added it up and it was like about 45,000. It's probably more close to 50,000. My parents both passed away and I got an inheritance from them.
Don't say
and
it.
I had that money in with my financial advisor. I'm just too scared to ask them how much more money I have left.
But point taken. If you guys know, it is such a pet peeve of mine when victims, if you're gonna spit on your own face, you want to be a fool, you run with the wind on that regard, yeah? When you start using money that's you've inherited and left down for you, no doubt to look after yourself, you piss me off, alright? It really gets hard to have sympathy because you're spitting not only in your face, but you're spitting in the face of the people who left you that money. Rest in peace to them, condolences, but this is not the way you navigate how to use that money. All right, it's heartbreaking, man, to see people just piss away this money, bro. Because I know it's not a fair example to give. It's not a fair comparison because you don't live this other person's life. But other people who would do anything for that sort of money to even be handed down to them, yeah? Just have respect, at the very least, for yourself.
You know, he's pressuring me for this money, and I wish there was a way we could, I don't know.
This is abuse, Robin. Please see it.
Stick around until the end, Seekers. We'll find out the truth about Robin's investment.
$2 million?
Yes. So she had access to his bank account and he was having her transfer funds. So what I think we need to do is look into this bank account, verify if it's valid or not.
It's not.
And reveal everything we found out about Paul.
Well, what are you most apprehensive about?
I don't know what's real or not real anymore.
Goodness.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing. And once you've done that, give this video a like too.
Go do that.
If you're looking to contact us and you think you might need our help finding out who you're communicating
Not right
with
now.
online, or maybe you need help breaking through to a friend or a family member, don't hesitate to reach out to our email.
Not right
Share
now.
my story at socialcatfish.com. We can help you find the answers you've been looking for.
All right.
After investing so much time in sending large sums of money, Robin was clearly stressed. She and Samantha reached out to our team, and the following day, Brianne and David sat down to review the details of this case.
I mean, obviously there are some red flags. We've
Some.
seen the 4-star general a handful of times in the past, and now they're trying to buy a house together.
Yeah,
Some.
that's correct. So she's 64. She's been divorced for about 16 years. And so she has a retirement. She has an inheritance as well. So that is why this is extremely pressing, because she's already been scammed in the past and she doesn't have a strong support system. So get this, Robin transferred over $2 million so that they could buy their dream house together.
Again, the dream was about a few hours, but I don't think I would say she doesn't have a strong support system around her, because Samantha has quite literally come on this show to help her friend. Like, I think that is more than what a lot of people have around them. So maybe in terms of quantity, it's not bloody surrounded by the army of Spartans. Do you know what I mean? But that is still more than enough of a support system, in my opinion. Like, one person can be worth $1 million. So I don't really agree that she doesn't have a good support system around her, but maybe that's just my opinion.
$2 million?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she had access to his bank account and he was having her transfer funds. So what I think we
Okay, whilst I think this website maybe on the surface looks little bit better than others, I do think it's important to recognize that there's a Telegram link there. I'm not saying Telegram is a sack of shit app that you should avoid, because for legality purposes, I just don't think an investment company would have a Telegram link on their webpage. And if they do, it screams fishy to me. Because why do I need to go onto an app where the things you discuss are not public, in a way? Does that make sense? Like, what I know of Telegram, it's like shh, hush hush type of conversations. So it's a bit fishy to me.
So what I think we need to do is look into this bank account, verify if it's valid or not.
And the fact that he says he's a 4-star general, like, I just did a quick Google search while you were talking, and there's only 38 4-star generals in the US.
That's a
so
lot.
I think it'd be really easy for us to validate who they are, maybe find out if they're married or not,
True.
and dig into that a little bit. An IP tracker seems like a really straightforward tactic. What we can do is we can find out where the 4-star general lives, run the IP tracker, see if they match. If they don't, that's a big red flag. And then I wonder if we could call or get a hold of the real estate agent for the property being sold to get more information about that.
I think that's a wise decision, and I think that we have a really great game plan moving forward, and let's see what we find.
Now that Brienne and David had a plan, it was time to get to work. While the research team was working on vetting this profile going by the name of Paul,
Vetting? Veteran? Oh, funny.
This is great banter.
Brienne decided to hop on a call with Robin to attempt to track down the true location of this person
Why is she
claiming
laying
to
down?
be the 4-star general.
Hey, Robin.
Hi, how are you?
She tired,
Good, how
maybe?
are you? Happy Monday. How's it going? How's your day?
Not a happy Monday.
Oh, it's nerve-wracking
Really? What's going on?
with the whole ordeal. It's just gotten me all nerved up.
No, don't worry about it. We're here for you. Just take your time. You're doing your thing. It's all good. We're meeting today to sit down to gather information and hopefully create an IP tracker for this person, correct?
Right.
I just want to game plan a little bit, and I want to get some ideas as to how you were sending funds prior to this, just so I can see what would be the best way to approach the IP tracker. So how did you send funds prior to this? Was this crypto ATM machine directly to an
Right.
address? Okay.
That I would, could send them a text saying, look, here's your $1,000, but I'm not sending it through crypto because you're going to be, losing a bunch of money on that.
I think in order for this to work, you're going to have to let them know that there's no way you can make it to an ATM crypto machine at all because you're not feeling well, you can't get out of bed. And so what we want them to do is click on the link so you can let them know, hey, instead I just got you a crypto gift card because I cannot get out of bed.
I didn't even know
Do you
they
think
existed.
they'll believe that?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's stay in contact. You have a mission. You need to contact Paul, let him know, your current situation about not being able to get to a crypto ATM, and then we'll move forward from there, and I will be chatting with you and creating the IP tracker link.
Okay. All right.
And then hopefully tomorrow when we meet with your final, I'll have a ton of information to reveal to you, and then also hoping that he clicks on the link and then we can get some insight about where he's located.
Okay.
All right, Seekers.
Why does this
now
seem
that the
awkward?
IP tracker was sent, we felt like we were ready to reveal the truth to Robin. After a few more days of Brienne and the search team digging in, we set up one last call with her and Samantha to give her the truth.
Hi, Robin.
Hello, Robin. So how are you feeling today, Robin?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm just a little apprehensive,
She's
a little
patting her head.
bit, but
Well, what are you most apprehensive about?
What are these rhetorical questions?
just the after effects of what he might do if he does anything.
He ain't doing
All right,
shit.
and as
Don't
you can
worry.
see, Samantha's here for some support. Samantha is the reason
Samantha's
why we're
hella
all
glamorous,
here together, so we thank her for that. But we are going to dig into some things, Robin. So we created an IP tracker together for him. We wanted to entice him to click on the link so we can get validation as to where he was located. And it sounds like he may have seen that link before, or so he says.
Yeah, he said he knew what it was, and
See, that's the concern with these videos. Obviously, they are a good thing to be getting out there, raising awareness and stuff. But at the same time that you're raising awareness for potential victims, you're raising awareness for scammers as well, because they most likely have come across most of the bigger scam-related channels. So they know tactics and stuff, do you know what I mean? If they've got any salt about them, they're gonna know how to navigate these things. So we gotta, adapt, change the approach a bit. Maybe start sending other things rather than IP trackers in the form of gift card links and whatever.
it was a gift card kind of a thing.
I will let you know this, and that is the fact that he did not click on the link.
I didn't think he would.
Oh.
After I talked to him,
Sorry, what?
He seemed very suspicious about it.
probably.
Yeah, so, there's these little red flags, right? You've been talking to Paul for some time, and after digging into your information and performing a full-on investigation, I did find some very disturbing things.
I don't know what's real or not real anymore.
It's like the
Well,
Matrix.
Robin, we'll get into that too, because it sounds like, even up until, 3-4 weeks ago, it seems like you had seen some of the red flags, but it's still all confusing to you because they still ended up getting you to send them some money, and then you even signed documents. So that's why we're here today. I want to make sure that you walk away from this and understand what truly was really going on here, so that you don't feel confused about what this person was saying and doing to you. With that being said, I don't know if you ever had a chance to look into ekyadproperties.com, but there is a website linked, and I saw it in your WhatsApp messages with the bank.
I did. I went and looked at it all the time and I read on it, but obviously they're very good at what they do to make it look really real.
Samantha, did you get to see the website?
No, I never did go look at it. I should go check it out.
Because I'll have to be honest with you, it looks like a very legit, put together website. It's probably one of the best I've seen.
Yeah, I didn't.
At
I didn't
first
notice any red
glance,
flags there.
oh, Robin, stop it now. You haven't noticed any red flags apparently. So, which is ironic because Robin wears red when he's with Batman. No, I didn't have a follow-up for that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Don't be too hard on yourself. Like I said, the website is very impressive. But I will share some information with you, and that is the fact that this website was actually just created in October of last year. So that's less than a year ago.
Okay.
It's a huge red flag. I mean, to be an established property investment group and only just created within last year doesn't really give them the experience that they're stating on the website.
True.
I guess I'm not that savvy on the internet to be able to know when, to find out when a site was started.
I understand that, of course, but I do think it's important to touch on the many red flags that occurred before you even got to the website. So, whilst cool, I understand you're not the most tech savvy, you're not people savvy, if that makes sense. Like, you've been in a relationship before. I know everyone is different, obviously. Not every partner is the same as before. But, like, you have experience with the relationships. When Bree said don't be too hard on yourself, I agree with that. Obviously, don't freaking sit in a corner and just cry and let yourself wither away. Life goes on. You've been a fool, as I like to say. You don't have to be a fool forever. But at least acknowledge your part in the scam, right? Take some responsibility. Don't be too hard on yourself, of course, but be a little hard with yourself. And there's no euphemism there. Get your mind out the gutter.
Just so you know, we do use a website called Whois, and you can basically drop in any website that you want to know a little bit more information about. Of course, it is linked to public data associated to that website. I did a little bit more digging. So this is where they state that this is a registered business, private limited company. So I researched
2007.
this business information and could not find any such business registry in London, England, or the UK.
Always London, man.
Yeah.
The other red flag that I noticed on this website is this was the only way to reach out to them is via email or through Telegram, which is a red flag.
Yes.
Why would a business only be able to reach out to you via email or Telegram?
Oh, also, how can we assist you? Don't sit on me, I tell you that much, you dirty individual. Gosh.
Because it was overseas and stuff, I thought that was the way they did it.
In addition, they have documents that they share on the website One of the documents is a Chubb's insurance certificate.
Chubb's?
Chubb's is a valid insurance company.
Is it?
When I did some digging there, I found that this document was also false on the website.
Sorry, I'm a child, I know, but Chubb? Really? What's the meaning behind that for an insurance company? Chubb. Let's get some Chubb, man. Oh, I got a Chubb right now. Oh!
You know, the business not being a registered business, the website being newly created with false documents attached. This is not a valid website. This is not a valid company.
Damn, that thunder noise.
What are your thoughts, Robin?
That I was totally duped.
Yeah.
Majority of people don't know what to look for or see, especially when things look so real. So don't beat yourself up like I told you.
Please don't take this as we're beating you up. We're not doing that. I just want
What's
to
going
share
on
the
here?
education with you.
Well, I feel like too many times now we're saying don't beat yourself up. Like, maybe we're downplaying her involvement a little bit by repeatedly saying that. She has to acknowledge her part in this. Like, you know, I feel like it's important to recognize if you've been a fool. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, they're not doing that at all, Robin. They're just helping and trying to educate you plus everybody else out there.
Why are we speaking
With
to her
that being
like she's
said,
a child?
I'd like to see if there's a way we can do something about helping you get this website taken down. I want to file a report and see if we can get this website taken down so it's not used to hurt or scam anybody else.
Oh, I agree.
Next thing I want to talk to you about is I ran through all the receipts that you had sent in regard to the cryptocurrency that you had been sending through the Bitcoin ATM. Of the receipts that you had sent me, I was able to actually validate 2 of the deposits that you had made. These were 2 receipts you had sent me, Robin. And so these are the 2 wallets he had requested that you send the funds to.
2
and
wallets?
so from there, you'll see that the funds had transferred to various wallets.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my gosh.
And this is what we like to do. This is
Go
called
ahead.
follow the money, right? If you think of wallet addresses like bank accounts, you deposited money into an account. The account then transferred the money to another account. That's the same, along the same lines of depositing funds and transferring funds from wallet to wallet. And so what happened was all of the funds eventually landed in this one main wallet that I colored purple here.
Is that what they're calling laundering?
Yes, this is a form of washing money. If you can file a report through Bybit, in most cases, law enforcement may have the opportunity to pull some sort of KYC information.
Hold on a second, because I've just remembered when the realtor said, no, sorry, that money's already been cleaned. So, like, they flat out just admitted to money laundering, in a sense. I can't believe I forgot about that until now.
Which means when someone created this account, they also uploaded the government ID, their contact information.
Sorry, what?
So something could be pursued here. That's why I think if you have any access to any of the other receipts, it would be in your best interest to share those with me so we can add them to this report here.
With this kind of company that they're putting this money through.
I like her glasses
There
as
could
well.
be money that could be recovered by her having these receipts and things like that, being able to prove that, or
Well, there's no guarantee because we know that the funds eventually pass through this Bybit exchange. So basically, we're holding this exchange accountable for any funds that pass through.
Look how much money, bro.
And then if she files a report stating that there was some malicious activity with these wallets, there might be some recourse.
Okay.
It's just best to keep all receipts if possible. If you can find them, dig them up somehow. This would help your case out. That's what we found so far. But, at the end of the day, we can validate, what's going on here, which I wanted to touch on one last part. Paul Lacamera, I know that you're aware that he's a 4-star general. When you look up Paul Lacamera, you'll notice that he doesn't have any official personal social media accounts.
Had her turn off all the notifications. She wanted to turn off the notifications last night, so I helped her to tell her how to do that, so at least she wouldn't get the notifications anymore. But
No, that's
Samantha,
better to
thank you
block.
so much
Yeah.
for doing that. That's amazing. You know, look at this, Robin. Everyone's here.
Thank
They're
you.
supporting you.
I appreciate-
Sorry, but you said earlier that she didn't really have a good support system, so I'm a bit confused now. But okay.
it.
I just want to tell you guys too, thank you so much too for everything you guys have done. I appreciate it so much.
It's no problem. We appreciate you, Samantha. It's people like you that reach out, and you didn't have to reach out on behalf of Robin, but you saw something that looked to be suspicious, and here we are
So
today.
she's
We're
a
able
good
to
support
dig
system.
into this for Robin and hopefully help her out long term, and give her that peace of mind about what's been going on here, and then also give her that awareness too on how to spot the red flags sooner.
Well, I've decided just to
But did we though?
finish up the diamond art of Paul the camera and send it to him.
Sorry, what?
Okay, so how about this? Since you're going to continue that diamond art, you send it to us. I want to see the final product, and let us know when you send it off.
Okay, I don't really understand why she's doing that. I guess, oh, look, I'm sending my lover art of themselves. Which, yeah, I mean, that's cool, that's romantic, but it's not real, so stop doing that. But this is another story where I don't know if we've actually discussed with the victim the red flags from, like, what they should be looking out for whilst talking to the individual. Like, 4-star general ain't gonna reach out to a regular, degular, schmegular civilian just on freaking TikTok, right? That's the first bloody red flag. The way that he approached her, red flag in my opinion, is just a bit creepy, a bit too forward, right? All the investment stuff, sure. How quickly they bloody descended into wanting to marry each other. Like, I feel like we didn't really talk about those red flags, and I get it, yes, we should talk about the investment website and all that stuff, but like, we wouldn't even have to get to that stage if we acknowledged the red flags during the initial conversations. But let me know your thoughts. I don't think we really touched on that.
All right, I will.
Well, thank you so much for all your time, Robin. Samantha, thank you so much for your support. We're here for you. Robin, if you find anything else for this investigation, please send it my way. I'd love to continue to assist you with this.
All right, thank you.
Peace.
Well, thank you guys too. It wasn't for your show, this probably wouldn't have happened, and so I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Which is scary, by the way. Like, if this show didn't exist, what, does Robin just keep
Seekers,
getting
it's almost
scammed?
time for our weekly live stream.
35 sound start. I don't have a joke for that. Go check out the live stream, of course. I don't know. I feel like this episode, I feel like something was missing. I can't quite put my finger on it, but let me know how you feel after that. I'll check out the original comments now, see what people are saying. We'll discuss a few things as usual for the tantalizing talk. And I'll see you in a jiffy. Tantalizing talk time. I realized after the recording that OBS tells me it wasn't actually that long of a recording. Usually we get close to like an hour, but it was like 40-ish something minutes. So there's no real relevance there other than me to say, I don't think I really had to say much in there. So apologies if this turns out shorter than usual. But I'm used to apologizing for things turning out shorter than usual. Okay, enough of that. Poor Robin. At least she has a good friend in Samantha. I wonder if her engagement ring has turned green yet. Now, poor Robin, yes. I mean, it is indeed heartbreaking to see. And she seems like a good woman. Do you know what I mean? She seems like a good person. And I do think she has a good friend in Samantha. It's quite refreshing, dare I say, that she was quick, or maybe not quick is the right word, but she was so accepting of Samantha's support that it makes a nice change of pace than a lot of victims who crucify their freaking friends and family for wanting them to get help on this show. So, fair enough. And then I wonder if her engagement ring has turned green yet. Probably. And her finger probably turned green as well. From either the sheer lack of quality of the ring, or it's turned purple, her ring finger, because her circulation looked like it was cutting off, bro. That ring don't fit, please. I hope she didn't keep it on for long. The next one is quite a lengthy one. Strap yourselves in. It's impressive to see how high their self-esteem is, to the point of thinking a famous figure, general, actor, singer, bodybuilder, fell in love with their average-looking face slash body slash what wants to marry them without even seeing their face on a camera or check their sex performance or how they smell. On top of that, they need your money. I can't get attracted to someone asking for money, something I'll never understand. That guy driving to a hotel to find Drew in bed was hilarious. Well, P.S. we don't accept less than Whole Foods cakes. Y'all, berry chantilly cake, please. Okay, there's so much in this bloody comment to unpack, right? I mean, sex performance and all that stuff. I mean, I get it, I guess, to see if you're compatible in person. Sure. But average looking face? I don't want to say average because, like, who am I to say someone looks average? Because to someone else, they're gonna see them as beautiful. Do you know what I mean? So, maybe average to you, individual. But high self-esteem is interesting because you could see it that way because of the greed aspect. But then you could also see it in the sense that these victims actually have low self-esteem because every Tom, Dick and Harry that comes their way, I'm gonna accept this and I'm going to literally sit there listening to all their bullshit because perhaps I don't believe that I can get someone else like this. So I do see both sides of it. It can be high self-esteem, which is not a bad thing. Let's not get that misconstrued. I think it's good to view yourself, in a positive light, having confidence in yourself. Obviously, once it borderlines arrogance, then you've got an issue. But then I also see on the flip side that this is actually low self-esteem issue. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I don't know why this person started talking about the guy driving to the hotel to find Drew. Wrong episode, my friend. But then also, we don't accept less than Whole Foods cakes. Whole Foods, sponsor me! I love Whole Foods, alright? There is one in London, Piccadilly anyway. And whenever I go there, I just have a great time. It's like a shopping spree for me because nowhere else has the kind of stuff that they have. So it's like I'm like a kid in a candy store. If there is any way to get into my heart, it's food. Alright? Snacks. Interesting snacks. Whatever. I'm not someone who likes to spend money on clothes. XYZ. I'll chuck in some moolahs for some video games and stuff. But clothing, I'm reluctant to spend it. I'll look at a hoodie and I'm like, do I really need this? And sometimes, yeah, I do need it because my clothes no longer fit me. But, like, I don't want to buy it. But if it's food, I will gladly spend. That's completely unrelated, but I've exposed my life, basically, now. So, next comment. Now, this one, I didn't even notice it at the time, but, I mean, if Robin's not noticing it, then who am I to notice it? I think he had brown eyes, him literally having piercing bright blue eyes. I mean, we see that a lot as well. Victims are so in love and ready to marry, and they don't know anything about their partner. It's always, oh, I think this, or they're probably this, XYZ. It's sad, and I guess that kind of backs up the low self-esteem stuff we were talking about, because if you don't even know the colour of your partner's eyes, I don't think you should be buying a home together. I'm just saying. And then lastly, just because the comments were a bit all samey, a lot of people were touching on the same thing, so The tantalizing talk section in itself is probably not as long as others. Her dad was in uniform and now she likes men like that. I'm glad to see this individual plus 3 people who liked it, so 4 individuals. Nothing fantastic about this, by the way, that also see it the way I see it. I just found it a bit odd. I don't think she meant it in like a weird way, but let me know your thoughts, of course. I found it a bit strange wording. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I hope Robin is able to bounce back from this. I do believe she probably has things internally that she needs to work on, because if you are believing all of this and if you are accepting of such literal financial abuse, let's be honest, I do think you do need some professional support to help you understand that you don't deserve this and you're worth more than this. Do you know what I mean? I hope she puts more time into her art and stuff. Get cracking with that. She got a good friend in Samantha. You know, a lot of people would do things to have a friend like Samantha watching out for them. So cherish the people around you. I think I saw a dog in the background of her video. Cherish the dog. She had a sign that said families are forever. It's, again, unfortunately, very disgusting that she used some inheritance that her family left for her. But family are forever. Remember that. And don't think that this experience is forever. Learn from it, of course, and take that experience with you forever in terms of learning. But it doesn't define you. Bounce back. I know you've got this. See you guys next time. Watch out for the 4-star generals doing up willy-nilly out there, right? Slapping their aubergines on the table, telling you how beautiful you are and whatnot. Watch out. Bye. I'm a 5-star general, though. Here at the TT, we outrank you.